Hi, good day. This is Alric. Today, I want to talk to you about true self worth and how you can rise from where you are right now. Just remember that you that are watching this right now, just always remember that you are meant for greatness. Just always remember that. God never made any junk. He made everybody special. And that means that you are one of them. Me and you are one of them. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do something. Don't ever let anybody tell you or discourage you that you're not going to turn out great in life. Never. And if you are in a low position right now, I just want to talk to you about it right now. Have you ever questioned yourself and asked yourself, why am I in the position that I'm in right now? Why am I not getting the result that I really want? Why Jim is achieving and is flourishing and I am not? I am putting in most work than what Jim is putting in, but yet still Jim is flourishing, getting all the promotion, getting all the praise, and I'm not. Have you ever stopped to think and wonder why? Have you ever stopped to think and not think negative but think positive and say to yourself, what is Jim doing differently that I'm not doing? What do I need to do to improve myself? And I'm going to tell you that first, you got to believe in yourself. That's where it first starts. If you don't believe in yourself, how are you going to elevate yourself? If you keep on having that doubt in your mind, maybe by what your mom was saying or your dad was saying or your sister was saying or your brother, it don't matter. If you have those thoughts in your brain, then trust me, you're going to be a slave to them. Until you figure out how you're going to clear your mind from those thoughts, you will never succeed. You will never elevate further than where you are right now if you don't change your mindset. Maybe the reason why Jim is succeeding is maybe because Jim, you don't see it, but when Jim go home, you guys do things differently. You don't see it, but maybe when Jim go home, he does things differently than what you would typically do when you go home. Maybe when Jim go home, he put on the kettle, make some tea, and sit down with his newspaper or maybe a book and read some more. Maybe Jim is in a big financial company. Maybe when he go home, he start to read about his project that he's going to take on the next day. I think the main reason why most of us don't really succeed in life or don't really elevate ourselves from the bottom up, it's because we don't have any patience and we don't like to read, including myself. We just don't like to read. It's not that we can't read, but we just don't like to read. Maybe if it was something to save our life at the immediate time, then yes, we would. But to say read in your spare time, then you're thinking, I'm going to read in my spare time when I could be watching TV or I could be talking to Suzette or talking to John, whatsoever. But do you know that the more you read is the more your brain acquires knowledge, is the more you expand in that category. And the more you expand, the more you understand. And the more you understand, trust me, the more you're going to know how things operate, the more you're going to know how to get yourself from point B to point Hey, trust me. Most people are scared. Most people are scared of changes, including myself. I'm not excluding myself out of it. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that. We do not like to change. And I don't know if it's something that is rewired in us or something, but we like to be comfortable. It's, for example, if we are working at a particular job and you don't have a boss in your back 24/7 telling you what to do, how to do, and deadline and this and that, then you're going to stay in that job for probably 20 years or more because it's comfortable. Even if you're getting a little low salary, but as long as that salary is taking care of the bills, it doesn't really matter. But if you have a job where a boss is always down in your throat telling you, hey Gary, you need to finish this, you have deadline, and Susie, you can't go on lunch yet. Telling you every single day what to do. They tell you when you're hungry, they tell you when you're tired, they tell you when you can go home. All because we desired to get paid. Because the main reason why we work is because we want to get paid, so we can pay our bills and send our kids to school or so forth. But do you ever think that your job is secure? I know most people, because my daddy was like that. Most people think that when they have a career job, so to speak, that they will remain in that job if they work good and be there until they retire. But trust me, maybe back then it was like that, but now in 2017, trust me, it's not like that. I think in 2015, 2014, I think a lot of US residents lost their job, and a lot of, I would say, over the world, because even in my country, right now I am in Jamaica, and my country, a lot of persons lose their job because maybe the CEO of that company is selling that company, and the person that buys that company don't want to keep the same staffs. So he does what? He just dismantle the whole thing, and everybody's left with mortgage to pay, bills to pay, kids to go to school, and what? Do you think they care about that? No, they don't. If they care, then they wouldn't have done what they done. I don't want to stray too far from the whole topic, so we can talk about this another day. What I'm trying to say is, you got to change your mindset. You got to change the way how you do things to get greater results. You cannot be doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. That is called what? That is called insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So, as I'm saying, you, yes, you are born for greatness. God never made any drunk. He made every one of us special. The Bible says that when God made man, he blessed man and give man power to rule over the earth. And I am thinking right now, if God is the all supreme being, He's the King of kings and He's the Lord of lords, then that simply means that we're all princes and princesses, or if you want to say queen and kings. So why are we letting a next person who the same blood run through their vein, they have the same mind as us, they have everything just as us because they are human beings just like us, tell us or define our future? Don't ever let that happen. Don't ever let that happen to you. Don't ever let anyone tell you nothing differently from what you believe in. Just always know that you can determine your future. You can strive for greatness. Just always remember that. I have my mom have cancer right now. She's dealing with it. It's better than when it just started. When it just started, I was fretting and she was also fretting and so forth. And I used to tell myself that, why is this happening to me? Why this is happening to my family? Because God knows that I love my mother that much that I'll do anything for her. And the past few years, things have been very rough. I have lost my jobs. Yes, I said jobs. I have lost my jobs 4 times. 4 times I have lost jobs. Not because I couldn't do my work, but because of favoritism, or I don't know. Maybe the managers didn't like me because I'm a well outspoken person. I am a no nonsense person. I just tell you what is on my mind in a nice way and smile with you again. I don't keep malice. So maybe, I don't know. But all I'm saying that I have been through a lot. A lot. From I was in primary, I got bullied. Kids usually say that my head, if you notice, my head is unusually big. People usually say that, oh, this boy head is so big and he looked like an alien and this. And I would go home and I would cry to my mom and tell her. And one day my mom said to me, do you know the reason why they're calling you brains or calling you big head? It's because they don't understand that the reason that your head is this big is because it have a lot of brains in it. And because it have a lot of brains in it, then you're more intelligent and you're more smarter than them. And literally that changed my whole prospect of how I was thinking. And I went back to school, and the next day when they were calling me big head or brains, I said the same thing that my mom said. And everyone started to laugh. And from that day forth, nobody ever called me that anymore. Because even when I was in high school, I think someone once said that. And I said, because I have a lot of brains. And it was the same result. So some of the times you got to steer the negative into a positive, if you know what I mean. You can't let people get you down. You can't. You are in control. Always remember that. You are in control. Don't ever let nobody tell you nothing differently. You are in control. You decide. You decide with the help of God, our Creator. You decide when you want to get up out of your bed. Why are you getting up out of your bed today? You decide why you take this particular job. You decide why you go to school today, why you learn, why you want to learn, why you want to go to college. You decide with the help of our Creator. Because that's the only thing we can't do on our own. Maybe. Yeah, maybe we have to just be friends with a higher power. Let Him be our best friend. And then maybe we don't care what people say. So, I'm going to leave you guys with this again. You, yes you are born for greatness. And you can achieve anything you want. Just believe. Just have a steady vision of what you want to accomplish. And don't ever let anybody tell you anything differently. Okay? So until next time, this is Alric saying thanks for sitting and listening to my content. And please, if you like this video, like it. And if you don't like it, then dislike it. And please comment in the comment section and let's talk about things in this video. Let's talk about something in this video and share also. And if you like this content and you want me to do more of these videos, then also suggest that in the comment section. Okay.